Question number 1. With reference to the National Green Tribunal, consider the following statements. Statement 1. It was established for the effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection and conservation of forest. 2. It functions under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. 3. Decisions of the National Green Tribunal cannot be challenged before any court in India. 4. The tribunal is bound by procedure under the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 or the Indian Evidence Act 1872. So the correct answer for this question is only one. There is a statement one is only a statement one is correct. It was established for the effective expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection and conservation of forest. Statement 2 is incorrect because it is an independent administrative body. It doesn't come under any ministry. So this is incorrect. And the decision of the National Green Tribunal cannot be challenged before any court. So statement 3 is also incorrect because its decision can be challenged in Supreme Court within 90 days of the ruling of NGT. NGT was established in 2010 under the National Green Tribunal Act under the National Green Tribunal Act. And statement 4 is also incorrect because it is not bound under the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 and the Indian Evidence Act 1872. So statement 4 is also incorrect. It is based on natural justice. Its judgment is based on natural justice. Its decision can be appealed to the Supreme Court within 90 days. Here is the explanation. Explanations. You can read the other more explanation if you want. Question number 2. With reference to the Tier 2 bonds, consider the following statements. 1. These are debt instruments issued by banks to boost their capital base and support business operations. 2. These bonds have to be issued for the minimum period of 1 year. 3. These bonds help banks strengthen their capital adequacy ratio under the Basel III norms and provide an additional cushion for future credit growth. Statement 4. Tier 2 issuance tend to occur when local debt markets provide opportunities at competitive cost relative to term deposits. So the correct answer for this question is 3. That is only 3 a statement is correct. That is a statement 1, a statement 3, a statement 4 is correct, and a statement 2 is incorrect because these are long-term bonds and it can be issued for a minimum period of 5 years, not 1 year. So statement 2 is incorrect. These bond instruments are issued by banks to boost their capital base and support business operations. So statement 1 is correct. And these bonds strengthen their capital adequacy ratio under Basel third norm. This is the required amount of risk a bank can take and have to store the capital on that amount. Tier 2 issuance tend to Tier 2 bonds are debt instruments issued by banks to boost their capital bases, minimum period of 5 years. These bonds also offer an effective and relatively low cost way to raise long-term capital without diluting equity. Question number 3. With reference to the Global TB Report 2025, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The Global TB Report 2025 shows that India has achieved only a 21% reduction in new cases and 28% reduction in deaths below 2000 between 2015 and 24. 2. The Global TB Report shows significant improvement in India's treatment coverage. 3. In TB cases reduction, India is far below the global average. 4. The report is published by Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria. So the correct answer for this question is 2B. That is only a statement 1 and a statement 2 is correct and a statement 3 and a statement 4 is incorrect. because the report is issued by World Health Organization, that is WHO, and the TB report has shown significant improvement in India's treatment coverage, like Nikshay Poshan Scheme, National TB Elimination Program, NTEP. These are working dot scheme. So these are working to diagnose TB coverage in rural and remote areas. So the TB coverage has increased in India. And statement 1 is also correct. India has achieved 21% reduction in new cases and 28% reduction in deaths between 2015 and 24. TB is a bacterial disease. India's target to eliminate the TB was 2025, which is impossible to achieve right now because number of TB cases is higher in the country. The global TB report shows that India has achieved 21% reduction in new cases and 28% reduction in deaths. India is ahead of global average. Global average of TB elimination is incidence reduced only 12%, and India it is 21%. And treatment coverage, which stood 98%, treatment coverage in India is 92% in 2024, which increased from 85% in 2023. Question number 4. The Nelly massacre was the most violent flashpoint of the A. Assam agitation against illegal migration from Bangladesh. B. Anti-Hindi agitation in Tamil Nadu. C. Telangana movement for statehood. D. Naxalite uprising in West Bengal. So the correct answer for this question is A, that is Assam agitation against illegal migration from Bangladesh. This incident was this incidents happened in 1983 and was one of the most violent flashpoint of the Assam agitation against illegal migration from Bangladesh. Question number 5. With reference to the fair and remunerative prices FRP, consider the following statements. 1. FRP of sugarcane is fixed at the end of harvesting of the sugar season. 2. It is decided on the recommendations of the Commission for Agriculture Cost and Prices (CACP) in consultations with the state government and other stakeholders. The FRP for the season 25-26 has been fixed at 355 and it has consistently increased from 21-22 to 25-26. The correct answer for this question is B. Is only two statement is a statement 2 is correct and the statement 3 is correct. Statement 1 is incorrect because the FRP of sugarcane is fixed at the beginning of the harvesting season of the sugarcane, not the end of the season. So statement 1 is incorrect. And the FRP of sugarcane is decided by the CACP in the consultation from the state government and other stakeholders, and the FRP has increased since 2021 to till now. This is per quintal, 355 rupees per quintal. This is explanation. If you want to read more, you can read here. Question number 6. The quality control orders are A. Mandatory standards issued by the government to regulate the quality of a specified goods. B. Voluntary guidelines issued by private companies for quality product testing. C. International trade agreements related to tariff control reduction. D. Environmental permits issued for hazardous industries. So the correct answer for this question is A, that is mandatory standards issued by the government to regulate the quality of a specified goods. This quality control orders is issued by the government but regulated by the Indian non-finance regulated by the mandatory standard by the government to regulate the quality of a specified goods. Question number 7. The Shahid Veer Narayan Singh Memorial and Tribal Freedom Fighter Museum has been built in A. Odisha, B. Jharkhand, C. Chhattisgarh, D. Madhya Pradesh. So the correct answer for this question is Chhattisgarh. Veer Narayan Singh was from Chhattisgarh, Shonkhan region. He was a tribal community from Binjwar tribal community, original Gond ancestry. He was Jamindar and leading to tribal uprising, known for leading to tribal uprising against British rule in Chhattisgarh during 1857 revolt. Act of resistance in 1856 during severe famine, Singh looted the traders and distributed it among the starving poor, a bold act of defiance that led his arrest. In 1857, with the help from sympathetic British soldiers, he escaped from the prison. Again, he escaped from the prison, but again he returned into the resistance and captured by British in 1857 and executed in 1857. Question number 8. Adenine, A, thymine, cytosine, and guanine are a carbohydrate molecule present in nucleotides. B. Enzymes required for DNA replication. Types of amino acids used in protein synthesis. D. Nitrogenous bases found in DNA. So the correct answer for this question is D. That is nitrogenous bases found in DNA. DNA was discovered by Watson and Crick in 1852. It is a three-dimensional representation of double helix of DNA. They represented the three double helix of DNA like this. This structure was presented by discovered by these two scientists. Question number 9. Which of the countries is facing the worst drought in around 6 decades, with major dams in the country at critically low level? So the A, Iran, B, Turkey, C, Argentina, D, Thailand. The correct answer for this question is A, Iran. Recently, the people in Tehran were praying for the and were crying for the rainfall in the city. So this was in the news. Around Question number 10. With reference to the parole and furlough, consider the following statements. 1. These are provisions of the penal system where prisoners can seek to be released from jail for a specific time before returning to serve the remaining sentence. 2. Furlough is granted in case of a specific emergency like the death or ill health of prisoner's family member, whereas parole can be granted without a specific reason. The correct answer for this question is 1. That is only statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 is incorrect because this should be opposite. Parole should be in place of furlough. Furlough is granted without a specific reason, but parole is granted for a specific emergency like death or ill health of the prisoner's family. Both the parole and furlough are a legal right, not a fundamental right. Question number 11. Consider the following statement with reference to global carbon project. 1. China registered the greatest increase in carbon emission in 2025 over 2024, followed by India, US, and EU. 2. It points out that emission from India and China increased much more slowly in 2025 compared to 2024, largely because of the larger scale of deployment of renewable energy. So the correct answer for this question is 2. And statement 1 is incorrect because United States, that is US, have registered the greatest increase of carbon emission in 2025. And statement 2 is correct because India, China has increased much more slowly than in 2025 in 2025 compared to 2024 because of the large scale of deployment of renewable energy. US registered the greatest increase over 2024, 1.9%, followed by India 1.4%, and the EU 0, China and EU at 0.4%. India and China increased much more slowly compared to 2024. Question number 12. Why was Neoma recently in the news? So the option A is India inaugurated a new high altitude Neoma airbase capable of supporting fighter jets. B. Major cultural festival. The Snow Leopard Cultural Expo was held there with the support of Indian Army. C. The National Disaster Response Force conducted a disaster management camp in Neoma to train locals in earthquake and fire safety. A new international road linking Neoma to neighboring countries were inaugurated to increase civilian connectivity. Correct answer for this question is A. That is Neoma Air Base was recently inaugurated, capable of supporting high fighter jet. This airbase is near India-China border, that is LAC, and strategically important for the country. And this airbase is developed by BRO, Border Road Organization. This is the location of Neoma Airfield near LAC. Question number 13. Which of the following groups of states celebrated 25 years of their formation in 2025? Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Uttarakhand. So the correct answer of this question is A. That is Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Uttarakhand. These states were formed in 2000. November 15 is celebrated as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas since 2021. This is the birth anniversary of Bhagwan Birsa Munda. Question number 14. Which of the following is an example of this Streisand effect? A. NASA delaying the release of data from the Europa Clipper mission due to the calibration issues resulting in minimal public debate. B. A central bank issuing revised inflation projections that receive normal media coverage without controversy. C. The Epstein files where attempts to suppress or limit access to court documents triggered far greater public attention and demand for full disclosure. D. A major sport league imposing a temporary media blockout on a player injury which fails to attract significant public reaction. Correct answer for this question is C. Streisand effect is a phenomenon where attempts to suppress or censor information unintentionally amplify public attention to it. Question number 15. In which state are the Saranda forests which were recently in news located? The correct answer for this question is Jharkhand. This forest is located in Jharkhand, West Singhbum district of Jharkhand. Saranda means land of seven hills in Ho language. Jharkhand. Supreme Court has recently directed the Jharkhand government to declare Saranda Forest as wildlife sanctuary and conservation reserve.